Doing well, I hope. Well, I hope. It's very hot. Hot, hot, hot. Muy caliente. It's hot as heck. Jeez. Hopefully, everybody is able to just enjoy their day, their holiday, regardless if you celebrate or not. And hopefully, you don't have to work. But if you do have to work, hopefully, you got a good job. Hashtag holiday pay. Okay? That's the hopes that I'm putting in there for you. Pity V, you late. Barely, barely. What, by like 5 minutes? 7 minutes? Apologies. What's up, Brent buddy? How are you doing? Well, I hope. Are you finished with your traveling? Well, I hope. I'm trying to see something. Are you finished with your traveling? He said, hi. Anyways, okay. Hi. So it says, we're about to read the description to the slide to you guys, and then we're going to get started. Which we're going to reiterate it, but so what? In the description, I put gang stalking is a widely documented persecutory. Let me see how you do this. Persecutory, persecutory. You say, yeah, that trip was quick and easy. Cool beans. I'm glad you had fun. Persecutory belief. I'm chopping that word up, y'all. Oh wow. Belief system. Those affected who often refer to themselves as targeted individuals. They are being, they believe they are being systematically stalked, watched, and harassed by organized groups of people. Okay. Persecutory. I know persecute. Why can't I get this word? Y'all know how I do. It's gonna bother me. Hold on. It's freeze roaster. Persecutory. I'll have to come back to that one. But yes, so that's in the description. And we're about to get started because I kind of just want to go over what is gang stalking. I want to go over that with you guys. So why not? And hold on, because I'm about to have them pronounce this word for me. I don't like that. Y'all know how I do. I don't care. Salvador, Salvador Aranda, or Aranda Garcia. Let's see. Hello, Salvador. Oh, you want to keep putting numbers? I meant letters. Ugh. Why, Salvador? Why? Now, why you want to go and do that? That's weird, honey. Anyhow, have a good day, Salvador. And then you said, what did you say? They amuse me. What amuses you? Right, buddy? Gang stalkers? That amuses you? Ew. I don't know why. That's weird. There's nothing amusing about that to me. Persecutory? What in the world? Hold on. So I don't like that. Let's see if I can have them pronounce it for me. For me. Persecutory. I know I'm butchering that. I don't find that amusing, my buddy. I think that's weird. Let's see. You can't harm anyone. Just try. Yeah, for real, for real. And suckers fall for it. Bless them all. I don't like the whole gang stalking. I think that's very weird. Let's see. Dagnabbit. Sorry for the wait, y'all. Maybe onto something with that. That's funny. Come on. What the deuce? Persecute. 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 Sidebar, guys. If we gonna get this right here, right now, the fudge. Tickle myself. Persecutory. Persecutory. That is such a weird word. Persecutory. 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 I don't like that word, but it's not for me to like. Anywho, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. I don't got sidetracked. Church, church. Sorry, guys. Persecutory. Breaking down into syllables. Like 5 syllables. The deuce. All right, let's go back. I got all out of where I was at. Dagnabbit. Dagnabbit. What the heck? Said I got it. Cool beans. Cool bizings. All right. So it says gang stalking is a term used to describe a belief system where an individual perceives that they are being systematically followed, monitored, and harassed by a large, coordinated network of people in their community. Those who experience this often refer to themselves as targeted individuals, TIs for short, okay? The concept involves specific perceived tactics, distinct community dynamics, and a strong contrast between the personal experiences of individuals and the findings of professional researchers. Okay. Next, it says reported experiences and perceived tactics. Reported experiences and perceived tactics. And when you really sit and think about it, it's wild work when you have regular stalking occur, right? But when you have a group or a gang, of people who are obsessed to the point where they need to click up, however which way they do it, some in person, some via phone, some Discord, however which way they feel like they need to link up to coordinate the stalking as well as the attacking. It's wild work. And that's definitely cult behavior. Let's see. B, have any of the gang stalkers attempted to do anything offline? Doubt it. Threat level is 0. They are a pack of lady parts. I'm not sure. I just know there's multiple gang stalkers all around, whether that's on here, there, anywhere. Hold on. Good afternoon, G Mama Body. How are you doing? Well, I hope. I think that's odd, crazy work to me. Never, not once in my life have I ever been to the point where I needed to click up with multiple individuals in order to be hyper focused or fascinated as to the goings on of anybody else. Never, not once in my life, and that's weird to me. I don't know nothing about that because I'm not privy to that, but I do know when I look at my settings for my channel and look at certain analytics and whatnot, it lets me know that my videos are being streamed or shared in a Discord app. Obviously, it doesn't make me privy as to whose it is, but I thought that was interesting. Although, hey, that may just be a thing because I know that Discord app can be used for multiple different things. I don't know. But just like when we spoke on male cult leaders, they do a lot of male online cult leaders, they do a lot of their dirty work through apps and platforms like Discord. So let's continue. Reported experiences and perceived threats. Individuals who believe they are experiencing gang stalking often report a wide variety of highly disruptive events in their daily lives. The most common experiences include surveillance, right? And we're going over reported experiences and perceived tactics when it comes to gang stalking, okay? So surveillance, feeling constantly watched, followed, or filmed by neighbors, strangers, or vehicles, okay? I mean, run buddy, I know how to weed them out, so that's no longer my issue or concern, to keep it a bean. I pay attention to how people move, and then I move accordingly, without there needing to be a big hubbub or hurrah about it, from me anyway. Street theater. Never heard that before. Street theater. Perceiving that groups of people are staging fake confrontations or acting out choreographed behaviors near them to cause distress. Okay, this is what a targeted individual, these are the things they would be experiencing and perceived tactics used by the individuals who are partaking in the group stalking, right? So, street theater, Perceiving that groups of people are staging fake confrontations or acting out choreographed behaviors near them to cause distress. Okay? I don't do distress. You cause me distress, I'm going to tell you kick rocks and be blessed. Bars. Sensory conditioning. Sensory conditioning. And we're going over reported experiences and perceived tactics of gang stalking. Believing that specific everyday sounds, colors, or words are being used intentionally by a group to signal that the individual is being monitored. Okay, so say if you have a tagline, right? Like for me, I like to say cool beans, right? Or if somebody is blocked by me, I'll say you binked, right? And I talk about my boundaries. So, when folks want to sit here and say little things, and they might say cool beans, or they say make a joke or make a reference to binked or boundaries, you know, that's a little bad signal to others to let them know or remind them about said targeted individual, right? Because otherwise, what for? So let's see. Advanced technology, attributing physical symptoms, sleep disruption, or thoughts to the use of electronic harassment, directional speakers, because people do weird things, or mind control weapons. That's a whole other conversation, those last two. But people do obnoxious things to other people. People do obnoxious things to other people. And then when you have a group of people that operate in that way, forget about it. Scientific and medical consensus. Scientific and medical consensus. Excuse me. Medical, psychological, and forensic professionals who have studied the phenomenon extensively conclude that gang stalking is a form of persecutory, that word, persecutory delusion rather than a real world occurrence. Okay? Because you don't know that you don't know this is happening unless you're paying attention or unless it's actually affecting you. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to say, oh, you're bugging, you're bugging, you're bugging, especially if you're not the one that it's happening to, that's being group stalked, or if it's not somebody you rock with or you care for and you don't pay attention to certain things. And if you are a cult member whose own individual mind is just gone, it's out of there, you definitely aren't going to see it that way, especially when it's the norm. Okay? Especially when that's the norm. The role of online communities. The internet has played a massive role in expanding the concept of gang stalking. Dedicated forums, social media groups, and video sharing platforms allow individuals to find others with similar experiences. Because obviously, people are not just pulling this out of their heads. And I think it's good that there's platforms for people who experience these type of things to be able to talk to other people who experience these type of things, especially when we live in a day and age of gaslighting, you know, gaslighting, playing in one's face, trying to act like something is not what it is when it clearly is, right? And it's always an interesting concept that more attention will be paid to how somebody reacts to something rather than what it is that they are reacting to. And that's the case in many fronts. There's certain children who experience this at school. There's people that experience this at work, within a friend group, wherever. There are people who lack the ability to stay on point. And they were hyper focused and pay more attention to your reaction to something that was done than the actual thing itself. And I have a low tolerance for that personally. So when I hear thoughts and opinions from people who lack the ability to stay on point, I let them go by the wayside. It does nothing for me. All right, the role of online communities. Validation. These spaces provide a sense of community and initial comfort to people who feel isolated or ignored by family and friends. Because a lot of times people be like, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing. You got a lot of slow, simple minded people that have the thought process of, it's just the internet, it's just YouTube. Those are the type of people I stay away from because that means they have no issue with doing and saying some out of pocket stuff to somebody else, right? Or condoning that type of behavior when they know good and well in real life those things wouldn't fly. So I don't play them type of games. Some people come onto the internet for shits and giggles, excuse my language, to go out their way to mess with other people because they ain't got nothing going on. That's the type of people who go on the internet and their sole purpose or one of their sole purposes is to cause angst to somebody else because they get a good hee hee and a good ha ha out of it. And those are the type of people who their thoughts and opinions, eh, eh. Echo chambers. Psychological studies show that these forums often function as echo chambers. They frequently reinforce and entrench the belief system, making it harder for individuals to seek or accept conventional mental health support. If you need to go and see a doctor, or go see, if you need to see a doctor, go see about it. There is a really bad stain on these type of things, you know? There's a really bad stain on these type of things. So don't, if you really got something going on as an effect of being gang stalked, no, don't let it just be wherever you're having the conversation at. If it's that deep for you, go see what's good with somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's whether it's because of you're being gang stalked or just because you having a rough go at it or just for the hoot of it. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't let nobody make you feel like there is. Because those be the ones that need somebody to talk to professionally. For real, for real. But it is good at the same time that those type of things exist, you know, because gang stalking is a thing. Whether that be online gang stalking or people in your community who don't care for you, that group up to do little weird things, as well as watching your every move. Hold on. So let's see. Real world distinctions. Real world distinctions. While the sweeping community wide networks described in gang stalking are recognized as delusional, they are separate, documented forms of multi person, excuse me, harassment that do exist. Like I said, this is a thing. And although you'll have people who will try to belittle it or downplay it like it's not a thing, it is a thing nonetheless. And 9 times out of 10, the people who go out their way to belittle or downplay these type of things are the ones who are doing it to other people or just being complicit. Because silence is complicity to me. I don't care where it's at. If it's on here, where over there, wherever. The same way closed mouth don't get fed, silence is complicity to me. So if I see you are privy to and you're somewhere where some foul stuff is going on and mum's the word, just know I don't got respect for you. So if you have thoughts and opinions that you think you want to open up about me, I let them go by the wayside because you don't even have the ability to know when to really open that mouth and give some thoughts and opinions. So if mom's the word, I need it to be the word all around the board. Okay? Proxy stalking. A single stalker manipulating or tricking third parties into tracking or gathering information on a victim, right? Or a targeted individual. So when you have people that go around recording other people's lives for other people, taking screenshots to send to other people, all type of things. Somebody that's around to see when somebody, how many times they post on their wall so they could try to track their sleeping habits. You know what I mean? When you have somebody who will say, oh, well, she used to talk about cooking all the time, and now she don't talk about cooking like that. So obviously she ain't cooking like that as if folks is not eating, as if they starving. Like the fact to even think to even track something like that, then repeat it out loud, those type of things. You know what I'm saying? From multiple individuals as a gang. Okay, so that's proxy stalking, mobbing. Okay, coordinated bullying or harassment carried out by a group of people with a specific confined environment, such as workplace or school, right? So, say for instance, if one or two people of that gang catch wind that somebody is in the comment section of somebody's live who they all were not in previously, right? So then they catch wind that this targeted individual is in that chat, and now you have a whole fleet of them that want to come out the woodwork with thoughts and opinions and things to say, right? Transnational repression. What is this? Authoritarian, authoritarian. I don't like this. Authoritarian state actors, authoritarian. Lord, authoritarian state actors using covert agents to monitor, harass, or intimidate political dissidents living abroad. Because they want to have their way with this politician. They want them to vote how they want them to vote, speak how they want them to speak, vice versa, all that, right? So they'll have somebody that doesn't quote unquote represent them mess with that person and say little things to where that person knows, like, okay, I know who sent you. I know it's good. Those type of things. So I want to say that's what I have for you guys right now in regards to gang stalking. Obviously, you guys can look it up yourselves. I encourage that anyway. But it is a thing, and I pay attention to things. Hold on. I most definitely pay attention to these type of things. I pay attention to the people who condone these things, who engage in these things, and I don't got no respect for none of them. And I mean that wholeheartedly, especially those who do these things and then have the nerve to want to open their mouth or type with their fingers to continually have anything to say about me. And if these things have happened to you or are happening to you, just know you're being gang stalked. And not everybody has to sit and quote unquote take it. I know I don't, and I know I won't. And I know the type of men and women by the way they react to that. Listen, that's what I do now. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully, you were able to get something out of this. And thank you to everybody that's in the clouds for whatever your reasoning or your intent is. Thank you to, who is this? Run Buddy, I think. Oh, yes, Run Buddy. And G Mama popped in, I want to say. And thank you to anybody that's going to catch the replay. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.